Hi everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to show you how to use Passport in a multi-signature setup with Nunchuk. Nunchuk is a mobile wallet software that can be downloaded from the Google Play and iOS app stores. Nunchuk supports all major hardware wallets and offers both DIY, collaborative and assisted multi-signature offerings, the latter being a paid service with additional support benefits. Nunchuk also offers a testnet mode, so you can carry out all of the following steps with Passport set to testnet so that you can practice your self-custody setup using the Nunchuk app without fear of losing any real value. At the end of this video, you'll know how to set up a 2 of 3 multi-signature wallet in Nunchuk consisting of a key held by the Nunchuk app, another by a Blockstream Jade hardware wallet, with the final key of course being held by your Passport. This configuration is just for demonstration purposes, and you are of course free to swap out any of those different keys for any other types of device that you have available to you. So this video assumes that you've already got your Passport set up and initiated, but if you haven't done that yet, head back to our setup guide and you can learn how to do that. Okay, so before we can start setting up our wallet, first off what we have to do is add our 3 keys. So just as a reminder, the 3 keys I'm going to be using in this demonstration are a hot wallet, where the seed will be controlled by the Nunchuk app on my phone. The second key will of course be a Passport, which I've already got here ready and set up. And the third key will be a Blockstream Jade, which once again is already initiated and set up. So first off, let's set up our hot wallet. So I'm going to tap the plus next to keys and then choose to add a software key. Here I have the option to recover an existing seed or to create a new one. For this demo, I'm going to create a brand new seed. Nunchuk will then display my 24-word seed, which I'll need to write down and keep somewhere safe and secure. Once I've done that, I can tap continue and I'll be asked to verify some of the words to double check that I have written them down correctly. Then I'll be asked to give the key a name. So I'm just going to call this one the Nunchuk key, since that's where the private key lives. Then I'll be asked if I want to give this seed a passphrase to create a passphrase protected wallet, but given that we are creating a multisig wallet, that seems like overkill, so I'm not going to do that. And there we go, we have our first key added, and you should see it there within the keys section. Next up, we're going to add the Passport key. So I'm going to tap the plus again, choose to add an air-gapped key, tap continue. Over on Passport, I'm going to log into the device, scroll down to manage account, then I'm going to choose connect wallet. Then of course I'm going to choose Nunchuk, Multisig and QR code. Passport will then show the Nunchuk Multisig specific pairing information. And over in Nunchuk, all I'm going to do is tap on scan QR and then scan the QR codes being displayed by Passport. Nunchuk will ask which derivation path I would like to use. Here it's always advisable to use the recommended option. And then finally I'm just going to give the key a name, and of course I'm going to call this one Passport. Then I can add the key. There we have it added, and I'm going to choose done. So now we have 2 keys of the required 3 that we need for our demonstration setup. So the final key is the Blockstream Jade. So once again, I'm going to tap the plus. The Blockstream Jade is an air-gapped key. Tap continue and we are met with the familiar screen. So then over on the Jade, I'm going to choose options, wallet, export expub. And then the Jade will show some animated QR codes which represent the multisig pairing information for the seed that I have loaded onto this device. So again, over in Nunchuk, I'm just going to choose scan QR and scan the QR codes being displayed by the Jade. Finally, give that key a name, so I'm going to call it Jade, and add key. And there we have all 3 of our keys ready to set up our wallet. So the next step is to tap the plus next to wallets, and we're going to create a new wallet. going to give that wallet a name, and I'm going to call it my 2 of 3 vault. I then have the option to customize the address type or to customize the wallet type. Generally speaking, for the vast majority of users, it's advised to leave these at the default settings. Next, we are at the wallet configuration screen, where we are going to choose which keys are going to participate within this wallet. Now, because this is a 2 of 3, I'm going to select all 3 keys because they are being used to construct the wallet. And then at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the required keys and the number of signatures that are required to spend any funds. As we outlined at the outset of the call, this is going to be a 2 of 3, where 2 keys are required to sign off on any transactions of the possible 3 that we've just imported to use to create the wallet. Once that's done, I can tap continue. We will then be able to review the wallet configuration, and when we're happy with that, we can tap continue. Nunchuk then gives you the option to save your BSMS file, but for this demonstration I'll do this later. And what I would like to do next is to register the new multisig configuration onto both of our hardware signers. So first off, let's do the passport. So I'm going to tap on QR code, and Nunchuk is now displaying some animated QR codes which represent the information that describes the entire multisig configuration so that we can notify Passport of that. So over on Passport, you'll see the screen that says, next, import the multisig configuration file from Nunchuk via QR code. So all I need to do on Passport is scan the QR codes that Nunchuk is displaying. Passport will relay all of the information, including all of the signer details, for me to double check. Once I'm happy, I can move forward and Passport will save the multisig configuration. In Nunchuk, whilst I'm still on this screen, I'm going to do the same for our Blockstream Jade. So to do that on the Jade, just need to back out to the main screen, highlight the scan QR option to open the device's camera, and then scan the QR codes that Nunchuk is displaying. Once again, the Jade will do the same as Passport, and it will show us all of the configuration details for us to check. And once we're happy, we can choose to register the multisig file with the device. Over on Nunchuk, I can choose Done Scanning. Once I'm back on this screen, I can simply tap I'll do this later because we've already completed that step. And then I can tap Done. And there we have our brand new 2 of 3 vault set up. If I tap on it, I can see the very first receive address for the brand new wallet, which, as you can see on Passport, the device actually wants to verify that. So all I need to do with Passport is to scan the QR code that Nunchuk is displaying. And after a short search, Passport should show a verified message, and it will also show the address, which is an exact match for the one shown by Nunchuk. Connection is now complete and we are ready to receive into our vault. Okay, I've deposited some funds into my new vault, and as you can see, that transaction now has 10 confirmations on the blockchain. So let's look at how we can spend from our 2 of 3 vault. So I'm going to tap on send. I'll be asked to enter the amount of Bitcoin that I want to send. In this instance, I'm going to send the entire balance, and then tap continue. And then I'm asked to enter the recipient address. If you'll see the QR code icon in the top right, you can tap that and scan an address from another Bitcoin wallet. And then you can give the transaction an optional note. If you would like to change the fee rate for your transaction, simply tap on Customize Transaction. And here you can tap on Manual Fee Rate. And in the manual fee rate box, you can define the number of fees that you would like to use for the transaction in terms of Satoshis per byte. Once you're happy with those settings, you can tap on continue. You can have a final review of all of the transaction details, and when you're ready, you can tap confirm and create transaction. We now have our transaction built, but it is in an unsigned state. So we now need to sign with 2 of our possible 3 keys. For this demonstration, I'm going to sign with the Nunchuk key, which of course is nice and easy because the seed words are stored natively within my phone. Next up, I'm going to sign with Passport. So I'm going to click on sign next to the passport, and I'm going to choose export transaction. And then I'm going to opt to export via QR code. And as you can see, we now have the unsigned transaction represented in QR code format. And I have the option here to change the density of the transaction, should I choose to do so. So over on Passport, once I'm logged in, I'm just going to choose sign with QR code, and then scan the QR codes being displayed by Nunchuk. Once Passport has read all of the transaction information, it's going to relay all of that information back to me on screen. So I'm going to see the amount being sent and the destination address, the change amount, if any, and the change address, and then the network fee. Once I'm happy with those details, I can sign the transaction on Passport, and Passport will then show its own series of animated QR codes which represent the signed version of our transaction. So all I need to do over in Nunchuk is tap import signature, which will open my phone's camera, and then I just scan the QR codes being displayed by Passport. And there we go, we have our 2 required signatures, and we are now ready to broadcast transaction. And there we go, we have now constructed and signed our first spend transaction from our vault. And in this instance, you can see that my balance is now empty. So one final thing worth mentioning about backups with your Multisig vault is that as well as Passport being able to store that for you, it makes sense to have at least one other copy of the wallet configuration file that you can store offline. Fortunately, Nunchuk allows you to easily download this, and to do so, all you need to do is open your vault, tap on View a Wallet Config, then tap the 3 dots in the top right hand corner, and then you can export wallet configuration. Here you just need to tap on BSMS, which stands for Bitcoin Secure Multisig Setup. And then you can save this .bsms file any way you would like. So it could be on your phone, it could be onto a USB stick or a micro SD card that would be inserted into your phone. And it could come in really handy in the future if you need to reconstruct this Multisig wallet without one of the main keys present, which could occur in a situation where you lost your Passport or your Jade or the seed words for your Nunchuk key.